much. I'm going
Mhm.
to start that right now. And yes, let's go ahead. Hi, Ricardo. Welcome back.
Yes, second month in a row.
Yes,
It's a pleasure to be here again. And I'm glad to see the festival growing. And it's not just films, also music videos. So this is awesome.
Oh, yes, we've got it all. We have uh, movies for kids, we have music videos, documentaries, we've got it all. And I'm very excited to see you here. And of course, congratulations are in order on your new victory in the Best Visual Effects category. Wow.
Thank
It's
you.
not your first award at our festival, and it's truly inspiring to see how your artistic style continues to evolve. We still remember your previous success with Bored Brilliance, which was fun and very creative, which won the Best Concept Award. And now you've returned with an even bolder and more visually striking project, Glitch Protocol Band. Woof! I think I
Thanks.
said it. I think I said it. We would love to ask you a few questions, and I think I'm going to start with inspiration. What inspired you to create Glitch Protocol Band and explore this dark, heavy rock metal aesthetic?
Yeah, I think that it was my first structured project with AI. And actually, this music video is kind of 6 to 8 months old. It
Oh,
was released, and I remember it because it was my birthday, 23rd of July last year.
uh-huh.
And it was like maybe not, it was the first project on AI that I did, like created a whole concept around it. And basically, the idea came from the fact that my whole background is on music. When I first started on video, I started doing musical pieces. I started doing soundtracks, uh, soundtrack composing. And so I wanted to explore that, my background, and use it in AI somehow. And so, well, first, I came up with the concept that I wanted to talk about AI. Bar Brilliance is the same. It's talking about AI, and that's what I wanted to do. But I wanted to create an aesthetic that would kind of be provocative in the sense that I'm putting AI there on the fence. I'm kind of talking heavy things about the world of AI, and it's basically a manifesto. So the whole project and the other tracks. Now we have three albums, and one of them is like it's more of an EP. It has 5 tracks. This EP has 3 tracks, and then I have it's kind of 20 tracks on Spotify. The Glitch Protocol has, but this is the best music video I did so far. But the whole concept came from the idea to create an aesthetic that would be provocative, that would be heavy, so like heavy metal, men with masks and everything. I have recorded a video with this whole script that I described the whole project from end to beginning. And on this video, I explain how the concept emerged, what was my idea, what I wanted to do, and all the tools I used, since the creation process all the way to music licensing and platforms and Spotify and all of that. So it started with that, using my knowledge in music and wanting to talk about AI. So this was my first project, and I decided to bring it to LAAIMPA because I think it would be interesting to see how the piece would go, and mainly since it's like more than 6 months old, so I wanted to test the what would come of it, and I was really happy to see that I won Best Visual Effects because all of that was done in VO3 more than 8 months ago. So I was really happy.
And considering that this project is 6 months old, if you were to approach this right now, what would you change since the technology in AI is evolving on crazy speeds right now?
I wouldn't change anything at all. And this is kind of my whole deal with AI because I think that the things have like time signatures to it when we talk about AI. So something I did 6 months ago will be different from something I do now. And for me, it's all part of the challenge of doing new things. So everything I do it for the challenge. And this challenge includes telling the world something I want to say, but also challenging myself to learn the new tools. So all of the projects that I've been doing are based on that, challenging myself to try something. Bar Brilliance was kind of trying to bring more of a comic release thing, more of a provocative script. But Glitch Protocol was all about going into AI and talking about what this is doing to the world. So it's all about the challenge, and I don't. That's why I talked about tiny signatures. Everything I do, it's fine. Technically for me, it's not a problem, and I wouldn't do anything different. None of it, because I think that it has the aesthetic of something that looks a year old. It's fine. It's okay. But if I wanted to do a new music video, um, I would try something different. I mean, maybe I would try to put real actors and do some kind of compositioning and change real scenes into AI, maybe create avatars. I would try something different. I would not create the same kind of aesthetic video.
And I always love to ask this question on music videos because I know that there's AI for music creation, lyric creation, and then there's AI for the visuals. In this particular piece, was the music also created or AI generated, or was that something that you created on your own and you added a visual to it?
The whole thing is AI on 100%, and that's the whole idea of the project. We have
Mhm.
an Instagram profile of the band, and I created an avatar. And 8 months ago, I created the vocalist, which is Cypher, and he talks to the public, and that's the whole thing. It's my voice there. It's everything is AI, created via AI, but it's my real voice, and it's changed via AI. And the music was created in Suno, but
Mhm.
I tweaked it a lot because as I have the knowledge, I would download the stems and edit the whole thing and master track by track. I did some adjustments because at the time it was Suno 3.5, I guess. It wasn't so good. And I had to do some things to make the audio feel better. And that's why I did a second album, because when I did a second album with 5 tracks, Suno was way better. It was like, I think 4 or 4.5, something like that. So, I mean, I got crazy with the whole new texture that I could get from the music, and it went on like that. But I think that everything was done created by AI, but I tricked it a lot on mastering softwares, on music editing softwares, which as I was a music producer, I know how to do.
Oh, totally. I can only imagine being, let's just say you're an official producer of this group because not only you write the material for them, the music, the lyrics, you're directing their music videos, you're in charge of everything, production and marketing. So, wow. Did
That's
you
the whole point.
right? Did you envision Glitch Protocol Band as a real band with a backstory or more as a symbolic concept for you?
It's a symbolic concept. And on our profile, the first thing that is written there on Instagram is we are an AI band. I don't want to say that we're not. The whole point is this is AI. Look, and this is what I think is necessary. I mean, we're not trying to. I'm not monetizing the band. That's not my deal. And so I want to make a point of a statement that I think that people need to know what is AI and what is not. And it's not on the idea to like uh, put things apart, because aesthetically it's really good right now. You can't tell if it's AI or not. Maybe some kinds of tracks you can, but most of it you can't tell if it is AI or not. The point is that I think that some producers are really trying to sell that they are real, and they're not, and they're monetizing on that basis. And this is kind of creating a whole crazy loop in the music industry where you have millions and millions of trash produced, and that's not what I think is healthy, for the world and for music producers in general.
I agree with you 100%. Even as a host of the AI generated motion pictures here in LA, et cetera, et cetera. And as a host, talking to people that are creating in AI, but as a human being, I think number one thing that's important is honesty. Um, Otherwise, we're just taking away from other people who are producing what they're producing, but by themselves. And I think it's very, very crucial to highlight that, especially here on the interview, that the point of us communicating with AI creators is not to take anybody's job, is to show what else is possible and to show that there are other tools, especially for those who maybe didn't make it yet, or they made it, but they want to do it their own way, or maybe for a little kid in his bedroom who wants to become a movie maker, but he or his family doesn't have the finances for it. So I think that's very important to highlight that, and I thank you for bringing that up in particular.
Thank you. Yeah, I think the other day I watched a press release of um I, I I can't recall the name of the band, but they're like in this new metal band, and the lead singer said like, yeah, I mean, yeah, there's lots of things that we created here in the new metal, and it's kind of making the world not a better place because of the themes that we use, because of everything, blah 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 blah. And then he talked about AI and saying now we have AI. I mean, look, I get your point, but it's not being against technology. I mean, look at this project. Look what I am doing. If I wouldn't have this voice of my own if it weren't for these tools. So uh, let's put things apart for a bit. One thing is technology. The other thing is the use of technology. You have nuclear power, you have nuclear bombs. So I think that this whole discussion is really healthy, and that is the reason why I do all of my projects. Everything has something to do with that kind of view. I'm always talking about something that bothers me in terms of technology, in terms of AI, and this is the whole point of Glitch Protocol and all of their songs.
Exactly. And picking back of it, how do you see the future of AI, visuals in music and film? What are your predictions?
I think that we're going to be using it on a daily basis for everything. We already looking at mass production in AI, big Hollywood studios adopting AI. That's what's going to happen. It's going to get better every day. And that's not something that worries me. I mean, to the point of using the technology, taking people's jobs. I think we're just going to change the whole jobs industry, and people are going to do things differently. Editors are going to edit completely different from 5 years from now. Um, I mean, everyone's going to have their jobs affected in some way, and they're going to transform their job in something else. This is not something that worries me specifically. But what worries me is the concentration of power on people who hold these technologies in their hands. This is something that worries me because at the same time that you democratize the access to technology, and this is great, at the same time you have these technologies put in the hands of few players in the whole world who are like billionaires, and that basically they can do whatever they want with it. And this is what worries me because I don't think that they have the people's best interests in their mind. And this is not something that I think. It's something that I've been watching interviews and listen to CEOs talking, Silicon Valley people, and this is what's on their mind. They're not worried about people, they're worried about technology and basically the monopoly of people's ways of thinking so that they can manipulate what people think. So this is what worries me. It's not technology.
I understand where you're coming from, and especially I think after watching all these futuristic movies about what could happen to our universe if AI takes over or if the creators billionaires that made that AI possible for us take over, it does get scary. I have no idea what universe will my kids live in once I have them, and that's concerning too. But we take it step by step. We do hope for the best, and we have a strong hope in humanity. Going
Yeah, me too. Mhm. Sorry, sorry.
Yes. No, you're good. And going back to your work, I think I love asking this question, and it's the last question today. But is there an idea or concept that you've been wanting to bring to life, but haven't yet dared to explore?
Yeah, I think that over the last few months, I've been trying to understand what's the next step, because all of these projects, they kind of have um, their place in my professional life. So I think glitch protocol is something that I don't know if I'm going to continue because I think I've kind of said everything I wanted to say there. I'm not sure unless something comes up, but there's nothing like on my mind to produce anything else with glitch protocol. But I think what's on my mind right now is trying to create something that's related to big the big film industry, Hollywood and everything, and actors. This is something that's been on my mind for a while, and I have the script that I've been discussing with some people, and I think that this is probably the next thing I'm gonna do, but it's nothing related to glitch protocols, related to Hollywood studios and uh, the motion picture industry and actors.
Nice. Wow, that sounds ambitious, and we would love to see that happen. I know that the bigger projects take more resources, more time, more effort, more twisting the prompt over and over again. Um, but we're looking forward to that. And I would like to thank you for continuing to push creative boundaries and for being part of our festival. Thank you so much, Ricardo.
Thank you, Nina. Thank you for the award. Thank you for putting this whole thing together. I think I've said it already, but it's amazing what you guys are doing, and it's amazing that we have this space where you can look at, you can listen to other people's works, and you can know what's on their mind. And I think that enriches us a lot as creators because we get to understand a bit of what's going on other people's human heads.
Exactly. Thank you. Appreciate you and have a wonderful day.
You too. Thank you very much. Bye bye.
Bye.